Hello, my name is Robert Larson. I'm the owner of the Larson Law Office, and today I want to talk a little about the Support Clearinghouse. And if you're not familiar, the Support Clearinghouse is a government agency that has one job, and that job is to collect money from people who owe child support or spousal maintenance payments, and then they take those payments and process them and then distribute to the people who receive them. And so the main purpose of the clearinghouse is to keep a record of payments that have been made. The state prefers, and usually your court orders will say that you should pay all payments through the clearinghouse so that they can keep a record of it. And so years down the road, if someone says they haven't received all the payments they were supposed to, then you can go to the clearinghouse and get a record of all the payments, and it's there. If you make payments with cash or other means, it could be very difficult to account for all the payments that have been made. And also the law says that a judge could say that those payments were gifts. So even if you can prove that they were made by check or money order, things like that, the judge could say, well, you didn't pay through the clearinghouse, so we're just going to rule that those are a gift. They don't always do that, and if you can provide an accounting, they might give you credit for it, but it's still a huge mess when you have to go through, especially several years ago, trying to prove whether you made payments or not. So if you go through the clearinghouse, that record will always be there. And the other reason is because it's just uncomfortable paying your ex-spouse or someone that you have kids with, and it's much easier to just have the money taken out of your paycheck. So the way the clearinghouse prefers to collect money is to do a wage garnishment, so that it comes out of your paycheck. And sometimes people hear that and they think, I don't want my wages garnished, but it's actually the easiest and best way to do it. So if it comes from your employer, then they just process it with your paycheck and you never receive the money. It just goes straight to the clearinghouse. So it's easier administratively because you just never have the money and you never have to take any steps to actually make payments. It just happens automatically. And plus you never really have the money in the bank anyway, so you don't really feel like you're missing it as much. And so that's the best way to do it. And if the court knows where you're working, they will send the order to your employer, and the HR staff where you work will know what to do typically to make sure that your wages are garnished properly. But also, if you change jobs or if your job doesn't know about your child support order, you can just show them your order and they can figure it out, start taking those payments out. So that's the best way to do it. But if your employer is not doing it, or especially like if you're self-employed or things like that, sometimes it's a little bit harder to do it that way. But you can always make payments to the clearinghouse. You can pay online or by phone. You can go down to the courthouse and make a payment, although I think you normally have to have cash for that. At least you did a while ago. I'm not sure if that's updated or not. But there are different ways you can make payments, but the best way is to do a wage garnishment. And so that's the Support Clearinghouse. If anyone ever has a question about whether the payments are up to date or they just want a payment history, you can order one. You can call up the clearinghouse and talk to them and order a payment history. They're kind of hard to read, but as an attorney, I've gotten used to it, and you can find out if someone is up to date or not. And if they're not up to date, you can take them back to court and try to get some payments on arrears. That's probably a topic for a different video, but that's basically the Support Clearinghouse. And if you found this helpful, then like the video and follow so you can get more like this. Thanks.